Okay, so y'all saw me fortify the old turkey coop. Well, I didn't talk a whole lot because we was on a time crunch. It's Sunday and we have a huge week ahead of us. I mean, ginormous. One of the big things we need to do is get the chickens and meat chickens off the front porch. So turkeys are now in the barn, which you all haven't seen yet. We will show you, we promise. And so this is empty. So we put our layers and meat chickens that were on the front porch in their halfway house. So as they're in between place, the meat chickens will grow their life out in this area. But the layers, once they get to their fighting size, they'll go into the barn as well. Yep. So all I did, I mean, it definitely uglified it up a little bit, but I got more vinyl, put it all the way around it, added the chicken wire. I forgot to get hinges, so I tied the door up, but that's the door that I built for the brooders for that tote that we did, if y'all remember. So reused it for the door, hung the water on the inside, right on the inside there, and they are completely secure in there. They can't get out, nothing can get in. They got this big vent here. You can't see it, but a vent in the back. And so we'll keep them locked in this for a few days, just so they know that's home, and to get them a little bit bigger. But they're just really happy to be on grass. They get some sunlight, they get some fresh air, and anything's better than a box, right? So eventually we will open that door in the mornings and let them have all of this out here. But right now they're just too small, and hawks and all that good stuff would just take them right up.
I love putting chickens on fresh grass.
Yeah.
It's the greatest thing ever.
It really is. They just are so happy and loving life. All right, we're probably gonna sit here and watch them for a second.
Yeah.
Hi. What nuts this morning? Hungry. No, I bust her. Okay, I'm ready. Excuse me, excuse me. Gotta run, gotta run, gotta run, run, run. No, no, no. Stop it. Oh, I forgot this is close. I forgot this is close.
No.
Butter's over here still.
Good morning, everyone.
I don't want to fall down. Yes. Lucy, Lucy, Lucy. Did you flirt on it? Hey. Good morning. So the turkeys are in the barn and living their best life. They are very happy, aren't you, Turks? Better than that little old electrical fence, isn't it? Just your days are limited, Mama. Good morning, chicks. Good morning. All right, how was your first night outside on the grass? Everybody look good. So as we have approached summer and our pasture is nice and green, we have actually moved to only grain feeding in the morning for our animals. So everybody gets a good grain feed in the morning. That's when the goats get it when they're milking, and then all the other animals get it then. When we're in summertime, all of our poultry that we have has plenty of bugs to eat. And honestly, if they're eating too much grain, they won't eat the bugs. Literally found a tick on Dolly. Not good. Not when you have all those guineas and all those chickens up in there. Should not be having ticks like we're having right now. So we have moved to just feeding hay in the evening. And there's a reason that we're still adding hay even though they have plenty of pasture. Hay is kind of like fiber. So with goats specifically, normally whenever we're talking about animal feed or what we're doing, it's usually centered around the goats because they're the most vulnerable to any kind of different diseases, pests, etc. Chickens and stuff like that, they're fine. They're gonna make it just fine. They need that hay and that dryness and that grit to keep their urinary going appropriately. So if they were just eating grass and grain, you're going to start noticing that their poop is actually more clumpy instead of balls, which it should just be little balls that are dropping out because it's a cold poo and not hot. So you shouldn't be having patties, you shouldn't be having clump, and you definitely shouldn't be having diarrhea because you definitely know that there's a problem if that's coming into play. So we've added hay as like a supplement on top of the grass for our goats just to make sure that everything stays good. Thankfully, we have our little farmers down here. They sell bales of hay for $5, which is great. Can't really beat that anywhere else. We might eventually move to round bales. The only problem I don't like with round bales is once they've got it down, you really need to make sure you drag it around because it can kill all that grass and everything that's in there. Now, hay does have good seed in it that you want to keep scattering, which is what we're doing with the bales because we can do it lighter. It doesn't completely kill everything that's underneath and it'll continue to grow easily and lightly. So we just like square bales. And then finally, the old square box chicken coop. At least it doesn't look like it's flying away, I reckon. You know, this works. It's a nice little halfway house for them. It'll work out just fine until they can get to their fight and wait and get out. But they're loving it. They're loving the sunshine. They're loving the grass. They're loving to move around. Now, we'll only keep them in there for about 3 or 4 days. So stay tuned to a new video. You'll see us open that door and they'll get to really enjoy all of the grassy areas and truly enjoy that sun that's going down there. But we're happy with it. We already had the structure. Took maybe an hour to finish it up and they love it. So there you go. So now it's time for me to go water all the animals because it's like summer's back. It's nice and like 80-something degrees. So I hope you all enjoyed today's video, learning a little bit about animals, about chickens, about goats, and seeing all the turkeys out because that's really exciting stuff. But if you haven't subscribed, please make sure to down below. We have all kinds of stuff that goes on between animals and gardening and recipes and all that fun stuff. We love y'all, and until the next one, bye.